Okay.
Okay. Thank you for coming to this meeting. This meeting's is over. I'll scrap that. I'll do it again. Thank you for coming to this meeting. My name is Benjamin, and I'll be your presentator for the meeting. We're here to discuss how to deal with stress and manage stress as a result of funding changes which are stopping us to help job seekers, pretty much. And it's not stopping us completely, but it's inheriting our ability. So we're not helping as much as we could, but if we got the funding, we could help them a lot better. But because the funding we haven't got, we have to come up with a way to deal with the added stress, and that involves managing the stress. The funding has been approved, but it's not going to be available for the next 3 months. So we have to have a plan in place to help with the stress until the funding comes in.
Mm-hmm.
The aim of this group plan is to have a stress-free, or reduce the stress as much as we can during these 3 months before the funding kicks in. Mm-hmm. To help the job seekers.
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing I'll talk about will be the KPI which is performance indicators, where we have to meet standards in type thing. I mean, in other words, we have to meet them to do our job. We have to perform at this level and not be under it. I know that causes a lot of stresses, and that as you're trying to meet that as well as doing your job. So, and I believe that there is some ways we can reduce this stress. Maybe knowing what the KPIs are for a start, and from there just to remember what they are, and then prioritize on how they affect your work. So if you have a good mind, or good view of these KIPs, these standards, and you understand them, you'll be able to manage your work much better, because you won't be as worried on how to meet them, but you'll understand you'll have a meaning to meet these. Would you have any other ideas how to support, how to reduce the stress with these, achieving?
Well, that's a hard question. Maybe we should spread the workload around more.
Yeah.
Because some people get more work than others. Some people get more difficult cases. So maybe someone else, maybe there should be two interviewing people, in case one person gets too much for them, too stressful, and the other person can take over.
We should also maybe look at employing a few more people to take on the workload.
Okay. Employing more people who cannot do at the direct moment because we still need funding. We don't have
or maybe because some people seem to work longer hours and it's affecting their stress levels. That's why we need to spread it out more, because these people are coming in and they're just too stressed, and mistakes are made. Maybe have someone manning the phones more, because that takes a lot of time at the phone.
Okay. Okay, I'll move on to the next topic. Type thing. I'll just tell you a bit about managing stress to start with. Stress is when you get overwhelmed, overwhelmed, panicked type thing, where you think you've got plenty of time, but really you haven't got that much time, and you get real stress, real panic, which can cause you to burn out, even get fatigued. You start getting headaches, you start feeling sick, your attitudes change to being, you don't care anymore because it's just too much for you to handle. I think that's what stress do. But there's ways to manage this, and this is what we're wanting to try to do. So with that, there is different types of stress. There's physical stress, meaning that you put in your too much hard work all the time, and it weighs you down. And then there's also emotional stress and mental stress, where you might be doing a lot of work mentally and thing, but it's just overwhelmed because it's just way too much. You can't handle it. You haven't had a break or anything like that, so you are a bit more get really stressed, and then as you get more stressed, then you start getting the effects of feeling sick, getting burned out, fatigued, and not caring, that type of thing. So there are many ways to handle it, and this is what we're going to discuss at the moment. Okay. When working in a team environment like how we are, and that it's a little bit different to working as a individual, because it's a whole team affair. So we want to put in strategies to work on reducing the stress level. And some of the strategies which I think we could put in is a work routine type thing. In other words, that maybe one person goes see clients in the morning, and the other team member stays back in the office.
Yep.
And does administration.
Yep.
Administration work. Get their case notes done. Answer the phones. Things like that to reduce the stress, so that you aren't both on the road, and then all of a sudden you're both back at the office, and then all of a sudden you're panicking because no one's seeing clients and people are phoning up, and type of hassle. The other suggestion is that you don't want to take work home.
That's right.
And I think that's a big one, because when working in the team, you're doing individual case studies and other things, but I reckon that some of the work you can help by passing it to the next team member in the thing to give you a hand to do the work. If if that's what it needs to get it done,
Yep.
instead of taking it home with you.
Yep.
And I think that's a big one to
Yep.
reduce stress. What would you think?
I think,
I think they're all good.
yeah.
I don't think you could really improve on that anymore. I think as long as everyone is okay with working with the person they're working with,
Yeah.
I think that's a big plus if you get on with the person you're working with.
Okay. The other thing is we could have like a set job task while you're in the office. Like one person takes all the phone calls while everyone else does what they need, type thing, and phone calls, and maybe one person does handle customers when they walk in.
Yeah, and you can share it around so that person isn't on the phone all the time.
Yeah, and then and then rotate.
Rotate them.
Rotate.
Yeah.
This so they can they all can get a chance to do what they need to do, get done.
Yep.
And that but what you mentioned before about each other helping each other, that's a good idea. I think that will manage the stress even more. Working together as a team.
Yep.
And maybe you all might help each other by, if someone needs to leave 10-20 minutes earlier to get to a client interview or something, the other employee can go, I'll help you finish what you need to get done, or I'll cover so you can get there much quicker.
Yep.
I reckon these will help reduce the stress.
Yep.
A range of stress type thing. When it comes to management stress, helping to stress, what management provides. Supervision will be one of the options, because the supervision will reduce stress, because it gives the people a chance to talk to the supervisor about how they're doing their job, how they can improve, gives them a chance to talk how to do the job better, and it will take a lot of stress off their shoulders because they get the help. And the supervision, management could have an external support program, which people can go talk to about, which will listen and help reduce the stress as well. This could what other things do you think management could possibly do to help?
Not keep on our backs about work quicker, faster. Answer the phone. Only be on the phone for 5 minutes. When it should be a 10-minute call. That type of thing.
Okay.
Or why have you been out on that case for so long? Are you having extra time for yourself? We don't need that as staff. You have to trust us in our field, and not think that, you know, we're not doing our job properly. We need to have a bit more support from you guys, you know, thanking us or saying well done now and again. It wouldn't help to lift the spirit up in the office.
Okay. Alrighty. That's a good idea. Also there's different types of sources of support which can be offered to people, including internal support and external export support, which may help to reduce stress, and that might be as you work in a group on the same thing. Maybe your people in your team can help with talking to each other, type thing, to reduce the stress. Reduce the team, maybe team building exercises, or just getting to know each other, so you can
that's a good idea.
Can support each other in the sense of internal team members. Maybe people who work in the organisation as well, like other staff members, which might not work in your team, but you might be able to talk to them to reduce the stress. Not personal information or anything like that, just general things might help you reduce. You can always talk to the supervisors, your supervisor, management. That could also reduce the thing. Externally, you can talk to possibility of counselling service, which might help you reduce stress. Any ideas about who support you might be able to talk to?
Well, I don't think, like, if you need to go to the extremes of talking to counsellors, I think that you really shouldn't be doing the job, because you're putting stress on yourself and on other people. But if you can all, if everybody, including supervisors, rally behind everybody, I think generally it should work out well. And maybe, you know, have an extra 10 minutes for lunch to everyone, just to sit around and talk, including the supervisors. And you know, just so you can get, if you've got a problem, you know, look, I've had this case today, what do you think, and everyone can put their input in.
Okay, but for instance, if you need extra support externally,
well, I don't think, I honestly can say, I don't think you should be in the job, because then they're going to have to take time off work. There's going to be less staff, and then their problems become everybody else's problem.
Okay, that's all. That's a not bad suggestion for that one. But just touching on the topic we were talking about before, you can delegate tasks as well, meaning that if you've got a big job and you know you can't handle it and you're getting really stressed about it, and with your team members, you can actually pass part of it on to another team member to help you finish it, get it up to speed, which will help you dramatically to improve. It doesn't mean that you're giving them the workload. It's just meaning that you're just getting them to help you to achieve a task, which will reduce your thing. But at the same time, it won't just reduce stress, but it will give the other employees a sense of achievement and motivation because they're learning new skills. They've been a part of something, and this could work as a very important technique to reduce stress, but also keep motivation and people happy in the job.
Yeah.
So that's another suggestion.
Yeah.
But when it comes to contributing to put input into a positive work environment, there's many ways you can do this. For example, to keep a place positive, you can have a team building events to get the team working as one, get them to all know each other, and familiar each other, and grow like a bond.
Yeah.
A bond. Build a bond which will in the end keep your workplace happy, positive. Once every time the team has a thing and discuss what they have achieved over the week type thing, all the positives in a week, which can be a how to keep the workplace a positive, and instead of being sad, because at least you all know that you're doing a good job, and things like that. Maybe even reward, go out for lunch all together on a Friday to reward yourself for doing a good
job. Yeah.
A good job.
Yeah.
Type thing, and all team members, and it might be a positive influence on keep the positive work thing, and even management should come down and say how much of a good job, if a well job you're doing, and keep up the
absolutely.
Keep up the work.
Yep.
I have any thing to say about that? No.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds positive.
And that's a couple of ways we can make the workplace positive.
And another couple of ways is, like, if we could put, like, you know, on your desk have some family photos if you feel if that makes you feel better. Maybe put some plants around the place to make the place more cheerful instead of just looking like a four walls with desk in it. So yeah.
Okay.
We could maybe get each of the employees to put their own personal stuff on their desk. So for like a photo frame of the family or of a holiday, family trip together or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good suggestions. To help with this plan to reduce the stress level and that over the next 3 months, we'll hold regular meetings.
Yep.
Maybe once a week, probably.
Yep.
Once a week.
Yep.
Maybe a Friday, to discuss how this is working, if it's working, if it's not, how can we improve it, or if it's working but needs some minor adjustments, we can make the adjustments to help.
Yep.
And I think that would be the best way to monitor the plan over the next 3 months to ensure it's viable.
Yep.
But also maybe have someone keep an eye on the staff and see how it is getting how this is helping reduce the stress levels.
Yep. Yep.
So maybe that person might have a list of standards it's meant to meet.
Yep.
And if it's meeting most of the standards, then it's shown that the benchmark is working and the person can add the improvements if they want or not.
Yep.
And I think that would work with the best way to.
It will.
Will do that.
Mm-hmm.
To communicate through these changes and these strategies and things to the staff, I think management should hold a general meeting.
Yep.
To discuss how to about these strategies, how to reduce the stress, what we're planning to do, how we're going to do it, how it's implemented, and we can hold it through the meetings like that.
Yep.
Then the message can be flowed onto the sub-management, which can then hold general just toolbox meetings to people who might need a help understanding or catch up or whatever to it.
Yep.
And the messages can be passed through email as well to let everyone to let anyone who missed it or who needs or a reference. We also can have a book or a flyer or a policy stating the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
Okay. To build team strength, and until this new funding comes through, like I said before, we can try building activities, team activities, of course. Do you have any ideas on the subject?
No, I think it's all good. I think just team building basically is what we need to work on in all the above areas we've been talking about. Once you address it all, I think it will be fine.
Pretty much building activities, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's about it for this meeting.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming, and it won't be too long until next time.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.